So at Townlegal we've been working from home now for about 12 weeks, and in that time we've continued to advise clients on taking projects through the planning system. And as we come out of lockdown and hopefully return to some sense of normality, we thought it would be interesting to share with you some of the issues that we've been advising on and some of the changes that we think will need to be made to the planning system going forward. So in this short series of films, you'll hear from different people in the business with their own views on the changes that need to be made. I hope you find it interesting, and of course, if it prompts any thoughts of your own, or you would like to discuss any of the points raised, then please do get in touch.
The most pressing change that I would like to see would be the introduction of a mechanism to prevent expiry of planning permissions for a specified period of time, perhaps the next 6 or 12 months. Scotland and Ireland address this issue in their coronavirus legislation, but unfortunately the opportunity was missed for England and Wales, and nothing has been announced on it as yet by government. It's not just the practicalities of implementing that's a problem. Indeed, most of the concerns that we've seen over the last few months, in terms of contractors not being able to get on site or discharge notices not coming through, they are starting to be resolved now. But the bigger issue is the expense, particularly at this time when cash flow is such a key concern. Now, often it's not the expense of the physical works themselves, but it's what has to be done in advance to discharge conditions, and it's the cost of the Section 106 obligations and SIL payments. Developers and their teams are currently trying to amend planning conditions to introduce phasing for SIL payments and looking at the Section 106 agreements to try and amend the triggers and delay timing of payments. None of this would be necessary if we could make an application to extend the time period, or indeed if legislation could come in that would automatically do that for us. The good news is that the government does have this issue high on its agenda, and I would be surprised if we don't see a fix announced in the next few months. But we currently don't have any certainty as to what that fix would be, whether it would be an automatic extension, and we also don't know when that might happen. If it is primary legislation, that will be forward-looking only, so to the extent that permissions have been lost over this unusual period of time, then there'll be no going back. So you really do need to make sure that you have an implementation plan in place.